Part 1. If you're getting bored with your plain old jeans, I'm going to show you a simple sewing trick to make them look fresh and new again. First, take your needle and push it horizontally through both layers of fabric. The point of the needle should be parallel to the edge of the cloth, and you should leave most of the needle lying on top of the fabric. Now, thread your string through the A of the needle and pull it through gently. This will create a double loop of thread resting on the surface of the fabric, two strands lying side by side. Keep the tip of your needle still in place so the loop stays fixed. You'll start weaving this thread between the two strands, wrapping it in a figure 8 pattern, one stitch from the left, then one from the right, alternating each side. It's just like you're weaving tiny loops, moving back and forth. Continue making these stitches until you reach the end of the two parallel threads. Once you're done, carefully remove the first needle that was holding your base threads. Pass your working thread through the final loop, then pull it gently to secure all the woven lines together. You should now see a small strip of beautifully woven thread. Now, roll that strip around the starting point to shape it into a little flower. Make a few simple stitches in the center to hold the flower firmly in place on your jeans. When it feels secure, tie a knot on the inside and trim off the extra thread. To finish the look, use a teardrop stitch to add a few tiny leaves next to your flower. It makes the design look more lively and natural, like a small piece of embroidery art right on your jeans. And that's it. You've just turned your old jeans into something fresh and creative. What do you think of this little sewing trick? If you like it, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Part 2. Here comes the second trick. Start by bringing your needle from the back side of the fabric to the front. This way, the knot of your thread will stay hidden inside. Now, sew several horizontal lines next to each other. These lines should be parallel, looking like a set of thin, straight strands lying close together. The length of each stitch will determine how wide your bow will be, so plan that before you start. Keep a small gap of about 1 or 2 millimeters between each line. This helps your bow look even and nicely layered. After a few passes, you will see a small rectangular shape made from all those parallel threads. Once you are done creating that block of thread, bring your needle up through the fabric right at the center of it. Then, slide your needle underneath all the strands and pull it through. Wrap the thread around the middle section 1 or 2 times to tighten and secure the shape. This will instantly give your rectangle that bow-like form. From the center of the bow, stitch 2 short diagonal lines pointing downward on each side, forming a letter V shape. These will be the tails of your bow, making it look more finished and elegant. If you want to make it more colorful, you can use a different thread color and add one or two more little bows next to the first one. Mixing colors like white and pastel pink or blue can make your design stand out even more. And there you go. With just a few simple stitches, your old jeans have turned into something completely new and stylish, decorated with tiny handmade bows that add charm and personality. Part 3. What if you notice a small hole in your jeans? What would you do? If you want to repair it in a creative way, I have a simple sewing trick that not only fixes the tear, but also turns it into a cute little decoration. First, cut out a round piece of fabric that is about 1 to 2 centimeters wider than the hole itself. Place this piece underneath the damaged area so it covers the hole completely from the inside. This will give your stitches something to hold onto and keep the patch secure. Next, bring your needle up from the underside of the jeans so the knot stays hidden inside. Once your needle comes out on the surface, make your first teardrop stitch right on the edge of the hole. This stitch should look like a narrow oval shape, slightly curved toward the center. Continue sewing teardrop stitches all around the edge of the hole, one next to another, forming a neat circular pattern. Keep the stitches evenly spaced and pointing inward toward the center. As you go, you will start to notice that your stitches look like the petals of a blooming flower. When you have completed a full round, bring your needle back up through the center of the flower. Wrap the thread around the needle 2 or 3 times, then push it down through the fabric between 2 petals. Pull it through gently, so the thread forms a longer raised stitch in the middle. This will create depth and make the flower look more natural. Continue making these longer stitches between the remaining petals, working your way around the flower. Each one should radiate from the center toward the gaps between the petals. When you are finished, you will have a beautiful embroidered flower right where the hole used to be. To complete the design, take a small bead and sew it right in the center of the flower to make a pretty pistil. Secure it with a few tiny stitches so it stays in place, then tie a knot on the back side of the fabric and trim off any extra thread. And there you have it. Your torn jeans are no longer ruined. You have just repaired them with a unique handmade flower that gives your outfit a charming and artistic touch. It is simple, creative, and a wonderful way to make old clothes feel new again. And that's it for today's sewing tips. With just a few simple stitches, you can turn old jeans or any piece of clothing into something creative and full of personality. Whether it's a tiny flower, a cute bow, or a colorful patch, each detail makes your outfit truly yours. If you enjoyed these tricks, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next sewing ideas. Thanks for watching, and happy sewing!